Be careful, you won't see this coming. Run, hide, put your hands inside your pockets, and put a hat on for Pete's sake. This is your final warning. Hey, I'm that American in New Zealand, and there are some final things I need to say to you, my friends, that you need to know about these Kiwi folk and their country. After this, no more warnings. You're on your own in this wild land. Is this lighting ideal? No. Are we gonna have to work with it? Yes. I'd like to start out this video with you thinking the final countdown song is playing in the background. I don't think I can play it because, you know, royalties and stuff, licensing, but just Alright, first up, we're going to talk about the mosquitoes here. I have to warn you that they are not normal mosquitoes. They're not. They bite you, or they jab their little beaky snout in your body, they fly away, and you have this maybe tiny little baby dot of red on your skin. And that's all. You're like, oh, it's, you know, you wouldn't even notice it. But then it's the following days, the next day, the next day, the next day. It swells, it goes huge, red. And so itchy. And do they have anti-itch cream here? No. You can go to a pharmacy, but you have to ask for it because they don't just like delve out steroid ointments for just anybody. From experience. Anyway, just beware. Beware. Wear that natural bug repellent. Wear it. Wear it. Wear it. Something else I might warn you of. Do you sometimes imbibe in a little puff, little ganj, little grass, little reefer? You're not gonna find it here, legally. There's not stores like there are in America. I came from Seattle. You're walking down the street and everybody's smoking weed. It's just how it was. I'm sure it's for their back pain and their anxiety. Here, no, you can't do it. No CBD even, which actually surprised me. I thought that maybe we would be a little bit more progressive and, you know, CBD doesn't have THC, or you can buy it without THC, and it is very helpful for people with ADD and other traumatic problems. We even give it to our dog, or we used to back in the States. Calm them down. No harm, no foul. Anyway, no recreational weed. Bummer. Next, 911 is equal to 111. There is no 911 here. It is a different number entirely, and one that actually makes more sense. I mean, besides like 123, I can't think of another number that is more easily remembered. I can speak from experience. There has been like one incident I needed to call 911 here because I thought I saw something kind of shady going on and I just wanted to cover my bases, you know. I didn't want anybody to be getting hurt and me not say anything and have a guilty conscience, you know what I mean? So I called and I was like, oh no, I have no idea how to call the police here. I had to Google it. Precious time that I probably should have been just being on the phone calling them. So just something to be aware of. Okay, these next few things are just items that are harder to get than in the States. So I make my own deodorant. Let me show you. See that? Morgan's Fits. It's great. I'll do it right now. Delicious. My point is, my deodorant I make with isopropyl alcohol and some essential oils and a little bit of water. Cool. Hear me out. If I go to the store, they will ask me for my passport and write me down on a list because I think you can make like some drug, meth or P as they call it here, with isopropyl alcohol. I don't know. It just seems strange. People drinking this stuff? I don't know. Just weird. And by the way, when I told them that I was making deodorant with it, it seemed very suspicious, let's just say. Also, cold medication. If you're a Dayquil or a NyQuil person, they don't have that. You're not gonna get that sweet, sweet codeine, Sudafed, that kind of thing in your over-the-counter medications. You're just not. It doesn't exist. I looked, not gonna happen. They're very wary of anything that could possibly make you fall asleep pharmaceutically. Hi, can you come in here? You're welcome. My answer, put it in your suitcase. Put it in your suitcase. Also, actually, my mom was visiting and she tried to get baby aspirin. None of that either. Look who decided to join us. Hi, Mr. Barkley. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We're talking about you. You're so cute. Anyways, cold meds. It's an issue. By the way, what is the big deal? Are you afraid that they'll just like take a bunch of pills and fall asleep and never wake up? I guess that happens quite frequently in the States, actually. Alright, my next warning is about, this is gonna sound not so nice, but it's like specifically New Zealand quality items I've just noticed they're just not as good quality as some of the stuff we're used to. I don't know if you can appreciate that if you're from here, because maybe you don't have a comparison. But like, for instance, Post-it notes. If you get Post-it brand Post-it notes, Post-its are great. Some of the off-brand Post-it notes are... they're terrible. They're so bad. Like, oh, the edges curl over, they fall off the wall, just, they're terrible. They're bad. It's like rose art. And I don't even know if you have rose art here, but if you've ever been a child, and we've all been one, at least in America, there's Crayola, there's the kids with Crayola crayons, and then there's the kids that unfortunately got dealt the hand where they have rose art crayons in their little pencil box. Rose art crayons suck. They suck. It's just like they're like way more percentage of wax, if that makes sense, and way less percentage of the actual pigment. Terrible. You don't want to be a rose art kid. Can you relate to this? Anyways, be aware of that. Here's another warning that I recently learned a couple years ago. So New Zealand is famous for lots of things, but Manuka honey is one of them. And in the States, you buy Manuka honey and it's like $1.5 bajillion for like a little jar. What they don't tell you is that Manuka honey, you're not even really supposed to be eating it. You're supposed to be like topically using it. It is incredible for healing. One of my friends here, she is super into horses, has like a bajillion horses. The horse had a terrible cut, like all down its leg, my horse leg, and they were gonna have to put it down. And as a last stitch effort, the last stitch, like hopefully this last stitch will hold. Anyways, she slathered a bunch of Manuka honey all into the wound, all over it. It totally healed, and the horse did not have to go to the glue factory. Totally healed. Americans, 0% would ever know that that's an option. So I'm warning you, if you buy Manuka, save it for those sweet, sweet burns and cuts and other things you use it for. Hey, it's me. We're in the middle of this final warnings video. I get it, but I have one that I didn't include and I already taped it. So I just wanted to say, I'm coming back from town, and one of the warnings I have to say are that New Zealand roads, when they are fixing them, it's basically, it's like there's just a bunch of tiny little pebbles on the road and they're flinging up. You're supposed to go slow. And that's really how they fix the roads. It's just wild. You really need to be aware of this, because if you don't slow down, it's just like gravel. Loose gravel. You're just gonna slide everywhere. It's awful. If any of you know how they're actually trying to fix the roads here, I'd actually love to know. You should comment below, because it blows my mind. In America, they would just like pave it with just like blacktop. Here, it's like just rocks. I don't get it. Anyway, back to the video you're watching right now. Another warning for you fine people. Here in New Zealand, even by a construction zone, you're probably not going to get those obnoxious, creepy men hooting and hollering at you and making you feel uncomfortable. This is a generalization, but I mean, literally, I've never had that happen here at all. No creepy people at like dance clubs, no creepy people walking up to you in the parking lot of a grocery store making you uncomfortable, nobody hitting on you in a very suffocating way, getting too close to you, no, hey girl, looking good, wanna come home with me? There's just not. That just doesn't exist here. You guys probably might have your stories, but being from the States, there are lots of, like, tons of them, bajillions of them, millions, billions. There's a lot of creepy guys. So just a fair warning, you're not gonna find that here. My last warning is about the roads, specifically landslides. I mean, in the last couple of years, I've seen so many landslides, and they come out of nowhere, and there doesn't seem to be much warning sometimes, because you guys build your roads right next to big cliffs. So any kind of weather, just it is scary. It has really prevented a lot of road trips for us. It also, like, in the blink of an eye, you'll go from 2 lanes just to 1 lane because of just like rocks and birds, like dinosaurs, and like children's socks, just all piled up right there by the cliff. Now, I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for building roads that close to cliffs, but couldn't you just like scooch that back a bit? Scooch it back? Or like put some kind of netting along the sides? I don't know. It just seems like it happens a lot and it's quite dangerous, and I didn't used to think about it, but now I'm just like, there could be rocks coming down. Anyway, be aware of that. It's just something that happens here. Yeah, I'm out of here. I gotta go. Go. Well, that's it, guys. I'm glad I got that off my chest. It's all you know. I've let you know all I know and learned, and I hope it's helpful and it serves you. And check out this video next. There's more info in that one to help you on your New Zealand journey. Also, hit that subscribe button to help me out, and we will see you next time. Bye. The battery died. I'm back. Let's do that outro again. Beware, 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 beware. Ignore my shadow Jekyll and Hyde face. It is a different entirely. I'm that American here in New Zealand. Actually, I'm not. You're on your own in this wild land. You're on your own in this wild land. Get out of here. Go. Get.